We are back with our Webcam Wars, and I am super excited for this one because it's the first one at the start of a brand new season. Hey, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we have a awesome guest, Harrison Burch, who placed in day 2 at the Indianapolis Regionals and is getting ready to go to some more regionals now at the start of the 2022-2023 season. And I personally have not made day 2 of an event. I've actually only been to one major event, and that was NAIC. And I had the privilege of meeting up with Harrison at NAIC, and we got to hang out, and a very cool individual. Streams on Twitch, and I'm going to have all the links to their socials and to their Twitch in the video description, so please do me a favor and go check it out. And if you're in the mood to click stuff, you can click subscribe and leave a like on this video. Subscribing, likes, comments, those things tell YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. Now, let's go ahead and welcome Harrison onto the channel. Harrison, thanks so much for joining me today.
Hey, yeah, thank you. Thank you for wanting to do this. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we got to meet at NAIC. We got to, have a drink and just kind of hang out. What was your, NAIC is a few months ago already, but very, very quickly, what were your thoughts and feelings about NAIC, arguably like the largest event of the year player-wise?
Elation, spectacle. For me, I did Worlds when it was in Nashville, and regionals, but I've never done nationals. So that was my first. So I'm stoked we got to meet and experience that together. And yeah, I hadn't seen anything like it. I knew like what at scale Pokemon event looked like from Worlds, but nationals is a little bit closer to the Worlds experience than regionals. So it was awesome. I was blown away with the production value and whole experience.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun for me, especially as a first event. Everything was like, what's going on over here? What's there? It was a wonderful event. But we're not here to talk about NAIC and rehash the past. We want to look forward. Baltimore is on September 16th. It's the first event of the season. And unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, depending on how you view it, it's still the Astral Radiance Pokemon Go format. So, you've had some success in the regional space before. You made day 2 at Indy. And I just want to briefly, I know we said we're going to rehash the past and immediately we go into the past, but I want to just talk very quickly about like, what did it feel like making that day 2? You're playing that win and end game. Like what were some of the emotions?
Yeah, nervous. So I found the game 2015 and like 2016, 2017. It's funny. So I day 2 and I finished 37th at Indianapolis,
which is
I've had
wonderful.
A couple better finishes. Thank you. Had a couple better finishes pre-COVID. I got like 35th and something like that. I got 2 finishes, but back then it was that didn't necessarily mean day 2. It was so I just top 64'd and. Back then you got cash for that as well. So I didn't day 2 and I got cash. So that was awesome. But so this is my first day 2 and no cash. It's interesting how the pricing has changed. But so I've never prepped for a day 2 despite having those, like, I think it was 2 other finishes, a little higher than 37th.
We have Baltimore coming up, and depending on when you're watching this, Baltimore might have already passed, but it falls into the same Worlds format. And I'd imagine if you're watching this, you probably know that Arceus Flying Pikachu took 3 of the top 4 spots at Worlds, which I don't think anybody... It makes sense, given Palkia is so popular and very good, and also Pikachu helps against things like Lunatone and Reggie's, decks that are also maybe not as good, but are also pretty good. Reggie's at the moment is actually not that bad, so having that Flying Pikachu does help. What do you expect to encounter? You don't have to tell me what you're going to play for Baltimore, but what do you expect to see? What do you think the field is going to look like?
Varied. So real quick tangent, because of that, I think it's, I don't understand the not liking this format, because like it has just with Arceus Legal, it has like ebbed and flowed so much. We've had such dominant archetypes in the past. Like everyone can think of a bad format. There's so much to anything out of top 16 you could play and do well with. It's funny that Pika was in the top 3 or 4. It doesn't feel like the deck to beat to me. I don't like, and I don't know if I've heard similar things from other players, but it's such a varied field. I expect, for sure, there's a group of people who play what won.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like the top of the list, like that's any of those. I've heard a lot of Radiant Charizard. I think Ross's list was like
Inteleon Charizard, yeah.
Yeah, that's super good. It's funny, like when I looked at that first, my gut's like, this doesn't lose to Pika.
I don't.
But not at all. Cross switchers are crazy cards when you can easily go get them.
Yeah.
E-Rope is even more of an out. Pika needs to test that matchup if you think it's good, just because of the effect or whatever. I have friends working on like the optimal board state to achieve, because it's not quite as simple as build up to Pika's. Just Inteleon's a fine attacker, chipping away while you're trying to get prizes. Charizard's just really crazy. So I think Charizard. I've heard a lot of Reggies. I don't know. I have people.
I've seen Little Dark Fury just placed third in the tournament with Reggie's. I saw it on Twitter. There's some hype behind it at the moment. Then you still have things like Mew. Palkia is still very, like, if you don't prepare for Palkia in some way, it will steal games from you. It's so powerful and good. Do you worry a little bit about the Jolteon memory capsule? Just turn off Palkia, turn off Inteleon. That could be a huge that could crumble decks like the Charizard Inteleon deck, for example. It can really stop something like Palkia from doing almost anything if they're not drawing exactly what they need.
I think, absolutely. I think I've heard a lot of Palkia Intel or Intel engines considering less Jammer and more Scrapper again. And when you've got 4 Irida, your Scrapper can be pretty easy to find.
Sure.
So I know a lot of Intel players aren't as scared of Jolteon as it's like they definitely don't want to see it. It's not like it's ever that's bad.
Right.
But you've got to pair it with a little more. I think Jolteon should play Roxanne. I think because you Marnium 4 plus your top deck, it's plenty enough to find one of your 4 Irida, especially if they've dug turn 1. So I think Jolteon's super good as well. But just like being in the top 4, people are going to nitpick list. I'm a big Jolteon enjoyer. I loved Malamar Vmax, so that's what I'm considering for the tournament. But like because of Jolteon and World's winner, I think he's quoted in saying like Bibarel's good. We're gonna see a lot of Bibarel. I know I have friends on like Turbo Palkia.
This is not the first tournament that Bibarel has won, I believe. Is it? I'm trying to remember.
No, Drew. Gengar.
Yeah, okay, Salt Lake City.
I don't know if that was the first,
I think that was the first
Gengar
US one. Yeah, it's Gengar, Arceus, Bibarel, I believe.
And then Frank's tragic pass with Wims in the finals. He got second with Whimsicott, but...
Which is still solid. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I just mean to say that's the one that Bibarel could have won.
Yeah, it doesn't get to second at AUIC without being... at least in that particular format, good. And I think Bibarel is still really good. I am absolutely on Team Bibarel.
So what I mean to say is because I see that, I think Bibarel's up and kind of those turbo engines.
Yeah.
Jolteon gets a little less good because of that. I would expect to see a little less intel.
So, probably not what you're playing for the tournament in Baltimore, but what do you have for us today?
Yeah, Arceus Aggron.
Why do you have to be?
So I found the game Ruby Sapphire. I'm like Gen 3 till I die. Like that's how. So Pokemon to me, like Gen 1 doesn't exist to me as its own thing. It's like I found Pokemon when there were 3 generations. I remember being in school and like I'm sure I saw it coming out or whatever. But when I had I bought the Ruby and Sapphire strategy guide, and I would sit there at recess drawing, Groudon and Kyogre and stuff. And one of the first Pokemon I ever got that I loved was Aggron. And having no idea, I don't know if anyone plays like VGC. He's a physical attacker, but I loved that he could get like Thunderbolt, Surf, and Ice Beam and Flamethrower. So I had a special attacking Aggron. I had no idea what that meant. I just love Aggron. So to see Adam do well with that, anytime there's a Gen 3 Pokemon, I love it. I love Groudon, Primal Groudon, and Kyogre. So yeah, I was I gravitated right towards Adam's list. I've had a lot of success with Arceus plus VMAX, and Marnie Path is just good. Like, you can just win with Marnie Path. So I see how it does that. Sleeved it up, and I was really surprised with it. And then right after I started enjoying it, I still was talking about it like it was a meme. And then a friend's like, well, you know, it might have been him again. Someone did really well in the open also with Aggron. It might have been Adam Hawkins still back to back. I don't know. But it like did okay there too. And so I'm like, I think it's real enough. And it's a blast. It's just, it's a blast to play. Blow stuff up. And 5 energy just seems like a meme. And then when you do it surprisingly easy, it's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's Trinity Nova or Trinity Charge attached Metal Saucer. There you go. I don't know if you run Saucer, but it does not have to be particularly difficult. I'm running a metal type as well, but in the TCG, it is pure dragon, and that is Hisuian Goodra V-Star.
Oh, nice.
I haven't played a ton of Goodra. I played a little bit here and there, but the little bit that I have played, I really enjoyed, and I want to keep it going.
Yeah.
So
nice. Yeah, Goodra's awesome.
Let's why don't we just get right into it?
Sounds perfect.
My prices are so sloppy. All right, you ready?
Nope. Let me just get you big again. I don't know why it's small. There we are. Yeah. Perfect.
All right, you ready to go? I didn't hear you if you said yes.
Yes.
Oh, so okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, so I will draw for turn. We're gonna just immediately bench a Comfey, and we're gonna flower. I don't care what the card says. It's flower picking. Just for the record, this is flower picking, and we'll look at the top two. We have a few energies in hand, so I think that's safe to go into the Lost Zone over there. And we are going to switch into our second Comfey. I guess technically I didn't really have to switch him, but whatever. And we'll flower picking again. Ooh, this is not a bad card to pick up. I think I'm going to keep you. And now I'm going to Ultra Ball a boss and a water energy. And we'll get ourselves a Gooby Boy. Or Gooby Gal. I kind of like Gooby Gal better. Although, I don't like the implications of it. Oh, no, I just dropped half my deck. That's what I get for trying to be cute and keep it on the edge of the table. So like my arms aren't extending into the video too much, but yeah, I already have so much space to work with, so.
I think LOR did great with the promos. You're trying to get the pre-release promo Comfies?
I did get them already.
Nice.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. One of the stores I went to the pre-release for just gave me one, which was really, really nice of them. I pulled one. I found one online super cheap, and then a friend of mine, Michaela of Optimal 60, we traded some cards, and she gave me hers, and I sent her some stuff she needed, so worked out well.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be the end of my turn. I attach an energy to the Goodra.
Alright, I'll draw. Got Aggron as well as a Bidoof. Going second with this. It's so good if you hit double turbo. So I always wonder about...
Yeah.
if I want to pivot and try to find the double turbo or take the safe basic attachment. I think I'd go for it. I think I'd be really far ahead if I do. I'm going to Anarchy's Fee.
Oh.
Ultra Ball away some stuff.
Okay, you got the Aggron and the Bidoof, so you're kind of, your board is, and the second Arceus, so your board is kind of set at this point. Once you get the Bibarel, it's just a matter of energies.
It is, and I'm playing a Tekken here, Collapsed. So I, for a few reasons, but I think it also allows you to be a little more free with the Crobat use, because I can drop it off, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that reason I love that new supporter Volo. I think that's what it is. Lets you discard a V Pokemon. I really want to test that.
It's so hard though, because like you ideally want to get like use Lumineon to find a supporter and then get rid of it before your opponent's able to like do something to like boss KO it, but you have to wait a second turn and then find Volo. You found it though.
Yeah, I did. That was pretty fortunate. Can I ask how many cards in hand?
I have 3.
You got it. Well, I suppose it wouldn't make sense to Marnie. I will call it there, and Trinity Charge.
Sure.
So I agree with that for sure. I just see a lot of, if the Lumineon allowed you to really become aggressive or create a threat, if they are killing that Lumineon or Crobat that turn, they've left the threat. So I think what I've seen a little more commonly is like they've got to KO the threat and they're going to let that Crobat or Lumineon chill there for a while, and it's usually the last 2 prizes.
Yeah, it's very possible.
It could prove totally not the case in testing. I'll commit all 3 to Aggron.
Okay. And I will draw for turn. This is not bad. I actually am very glad you did not Melanie, because I can evolve into the V-Star, attach for turn, and now Melanie.
Never know.
Yes, you just never know. So now this Goodra's fully powered up. I get to draw 3 cards. Let's see. I will Flower Picking for 2. Okay. I'm going to take this one. We're going to attach a Big Charm here. And I don't really have like other ways of drawing, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Quick Ball away a Lost Vacuum. And I'm just going to get a Radiant Gardevoir. And unfortunately, I don't have another switch out. It would have been fantastic to be able to attack this turn with the Goodra, but I can't. And this deck runs a fair amount of switch outs. It just, you know, didn't get what I needed. Getting rid of that air balloon really hurt, but I kind of needed the other card. But we will play down a Lake Acuity as well and call it a day.
All right, draw.
I'm sure you love to see that.
I do. I definitely do. Arceus. Bibarel. Let's attach the energy. Star. I'm going to go in Starbirth. I didn't love my pulls at pre-releases, but I did hit the Gardevoir. That is pretty cool. I really like that card.
I opened 2 pre-release kits. The first one wasn't anything special. It was a Gengar promo which I ended up giving to the store employee who gave me the comfy. So I guess I traded them for it, but they didn't ask for it. They just were willing to give it. And I said, you know, I don't want to take it for free. You take this Gengar. But I only pulled a Delphox V, like the regular, and the character rare Snorlax. The second kit, though, had the comfy, had a Curium Vmax, and a Radiant Sneasler, Radiant Steelix, and something else. It was a really good kit.
Yeah. I will have to boss Goodra.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to go ahead and Industrious Incisors for 2.
That doesn't get discarded.
Pump that Stadium we've attached for turn. And I will Trinity Nova for 180.
Okay. Well, this isn't looking good. I'm gonna draw. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Obviously, your Starbirth was for Path and Boss.
Yeah, that seemed pretty good right there.
And I just can't. Like this is my Fantina and an energy, so I can Iron Roll out. I can hit you for 200, and I'll take 80 less, 80 less damage because Gardevoir doesn't work with Path in play. So yeah, I hit you for solid 2, but you are gonna KO me this next turn, and then I have no response.
Dang. So wait, was that the attack?
I think I just have to go to game 2.
Okay. Dang. Scoop it up. We're shuffling.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That was just not great. 2 of my scoop up nets and a switch were in the prizes, so that's not good. All right, let's. I will draw for turn. Oh boy, this is very bad. We'll attach to the Goodra and pass turn.
Yikes. Draw.
This is the hand.
Oh man. Yeah. What's Goodra's retreat cost?
3.
Yikes. Okay. So the Ultra Ball there. Bench another Arceus. And I'll go ahead and research. Aggron. And
I complained about having scoop up nets in the prizes last game, so now they're just like, all right, here's all of them.
yeah, without starting Comfies, they are not so great to see in the hand.
No, this would have if this was not a Goodra, if that was a Comfy, that would have been actually fine.
Yeah, I guess the draw a bit, pop out. So yeah, there I did the just trim the charge.
Yep. All right, I'll draw. See what we can do. No, I can attach. And I can Ultra Ball a Scoop Up and a Fantina, because it doesn't really help at all. I have no switch out, so I can get the V-Star, but I don't think it really helps too much. So this is where something like Illuminion would be really nice in this deck. Now you just kind of like find a Colress and maybe get things going. Maybe I can find that air balloon or like switch or something. But so that's one of the things about playing Lost Origin decks. We have no idea what the optimal 60 for a particular deck is, and you just kind of have to try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And right now, this is not working. I will say this is by far the worst I've ever bricked with this deck, but I also haven't played I haven't gotten 100 games in with Gucci yet where I can say, okay, this doesn't happen very often. This can happen in 1 out of every 6 games. I just don't really know, but we're definitely going to shuffle a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, we have to, this is how you learn what you need in the deck. Refine it.
With that, it is your turn.
Okay. I'll draw. Go double turbo. Ultra ball. I'll Starburst. Oh yeah, just double checking here. I think I just have there. So then I'll ping the active switch and Merciless Strike for 280. 310.
How much you do?
310 with the choice belt. If you have damage, I do 300.
Oh, well,
yeah, it does 150 plus 150 if you have damage counters.
Okay, which I do, and that just wins you the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fun.
Do you want?
I think we have.
I
think we do. This is embarrassing for Gudra and me. All right, this is also not much better.
So.
Okay, I have the Radiant Gardevoir, which is not good. And we'll draw for turn. Okay, all right. We're gonna get rid of a water energy here with the Quick Ball. That was a pretty good top deck.
Nice.
And we'll get a Comfey for sure. I have some switch outs and some scoop up nets. I got some Comfeys. So we're doing all right. But, you know, maybe like a Cramorant in this deck is kind of nice, just as a free attacker. This way I can set up the Gudra, keep it safe on the bench.
And Lost Engine mirrors, you know, you can take out Comfeys right away, Stobbles, Drizzles.
And
cool.
We'll scoop up the Gardevoir, throw down the Comfey. I'll bench the Gardevoir just so I don't lose like immediately somehow. And then we'll Flower Picking for 2. And that you know what? We're gonna play a little bit more aggressively. I'm gonna scoop up not this Comfey. We'll attach the water energy. I'll Comfey, and then I'll manually. Oh no, this is a retreat cost of 2. Never mind. That I mean, I have the water energy. I thought it was a 1 for some reason.
Yeah, that should be 1.
Yeah, I don't know why it has 2. That seems strange, but you're up.
All right, I'll go turn. Go ahead. We're gonna double Quick Ball here. I think this is gonna be your game, man. This one looks like I prized the Crobat.
All right. Gives me an opportunity at least.
I think I'm whiffing the energy, and let's see here. That's gonna have to be passed. That's it.
Oh, okay. That works for me. We are going to immediately Chorus for the first time. And
Now, what do you think you want to see there? Like early Lost Zone choices. It seems difficult.
It definitely is. The scoop up net and the switch are great options, and I definitely want it.
Sure.
The Lost Vacuum, I think I kind of need, because in case you do throw down a path next time you starburst for a path, like I need a way to get rid of it so I can moisture star, like you boss path again.
Yep.
So, and I don't have a way right now to get a Goodra, so it's like, is this energy even that important? Probably not. It could be, but so now we're going to switch into the Comfy here, because now if I get an energy off of this, I can at least manually retreat, and we do. I don't have a target for Melanie, so it has to be.
Sure.
And now I can attach an energy. I don't like this though, but I can scoop up, bench, retreat, go back into the Comfy, use it again. I have to keep this energy just because I can't get rid of too many so early. I'm already down like 4 energy. But not finding like a quick ball or any out to Goodra is really bad. Because I know you can't KO this next turn. So like having the Goodra on the bench would have been safe for a turn.
Yeah.
So that,
yes.
Again, just kind of whiffing off Lost Zone. You're just, whatever you get is what you get. And you don't really have a lot. So maybe this deck needs some search. Better search options. But with that, I will pass it over to you.
Okay, drop turn. Go ahead and mark this.
At least I don't have to worry about you like Starburst for Melanie and like a double turbo.
Right. That's one unfortunate thing. You know, the Raihan helps, but if you're both starting slow and whiffing attachments, yeah, the only way to excel I've got is Raihan. Let's go ahead and start Earth. How many cards is that in here?
Do I have in hand is 5.
Okay. 1 target. Alright, those 2.
I'd imagine 1 is probably a Marnie. Marnie and Bibarel, or
yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not going to be the money. I thought about that for sure. I'm going to prioritize at least hitting an attachment. So I'm just going double turbo and Bibarel. That's what I'm thinking. I definitely would like the Marnie. It just doesn't feel like it's game breaking, but that felt important. And of course, there's a chance. I will evolve that, but then I hit it off the incisor. So I'll incisors for 3. Interesting.
that did not sound like you got what you wanted. That was such a deep sigh.
I have a bad habit of that. I don't want to be exposing, you know. It'd be funny if I just do that all day at regionals and I didn't realize it. I've got some tell. I think I'll Ultra Ball.
I've seen someone, I think it was on Mellow Magikarp's podcast, he was talking to someone who was wearing sunglasses while they played. And, like, the sunglasses just reflect the cards they have in hand. And, like, it's like, you weren't wearing those while you were playing, were you? Like, I can see your hand.
Yeah, you hope. It's funny the different levels of competitive play you get at regionals. Like, I mean, it's awesome. It's just awesome, but you'll get the most competitive player winning big events, and then you'll get someone who is playing basically open-handed. They're just showing you and they're talking about it. It's a conversation. It's so casual and not competitive.
Yeah, it's a
That's the regional.
It's an event for them. It's like an experience, not I'm here to win. What'd you say? You say
I'll pass. I'll go ahead and pass there. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm never gonna be upset about that. I will draw for turn.
That's so important. Is like you can be the most casual, but just don't ever stop forgetting that it's the funnest thing. That like you're playing Pokemon for stakes. Like it's awesome and it's unreal and it's silly and yeah, just should never take it too seriously.
I think I'm gonna get rid of these two. So now we're at 7 cards in the lost zone. I can finally go ahead and quick ball. We'll get rid of this hyper potion because I don't have a ton of energies to discard with it. We'll get ourselves a Goodra V.
Finally seeing that magic number in the lost zone. The first magic number, like, is 10. Is Fantina 10?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where it gets sketchy.
So now we can start at the very least, you know, building up a Goodra here. And we'll attach a metal energy and now our flower picking. We'll go here. Speaking of Fantina.
Nice. 8 in there.
And we're just gonna bench a Goodra and pass.
Alright, draw. Yeah, now we need some Mirage Gates, you know?
That's it. That's all we need.
Metal there. I will boss the Goodra with energy.
I knew that was coming, which is why I had to bench the other one.
I have to do it. I'll go ahead and path, and then I'll Industrious Incisors for Queen 5. Let's see here. No Choice Belt Zigzagoon, which would have been pretty crazy. I think we'll call it there, yeah. Trinity Nova.
Okay, for the 180. And I'll give you a second to get some energies, likely onto that Vmax.
It's funny that the Aggron V has like the higher cap, so that's the choice, but he's more easily knocked out. That second choice, or second attack for 300 is pretty crazy. With the damage on board, I think he's just a little safer. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, we'll go the Vmax, you're right.
Alright. I will draw for turn. We're gonna evolve into the V-Star on the bench. See, this is where you run into problems with Goodra. I don't, like, because I whiffed Goodra so many turns, I could be in a pretty good position. You know, I'll bump the path for Lake Acuity. I'll evolve. And now it's like... do I, like, sacrifice this Goodra and make it almost impossible for you to KO this one? Or do I attach to this one, Moisture Star, and I think I gotta sack it, unfortunately.
Go. Yeah, I think that is better.
And
neither's great.
Neither is particularly good for me, but it is now your turn.
Alright, I'll draw.
This is a 2 on the die. This die is a little hard to see, so let's see if I have a better one. It's a little better.
Now, Goodra has 270, is that correct?
Yes. So a Merciless Strike here would KO it.
I don't think that's possible.
But I do take 40 less at the moment because of Gardevoir and Lake Acuity. Well, this one actually only takes 20 less because of Gardevoir.
Because it's just water, right? I will...
Water and fighting.
See if this pays off. A Goon Ping will Headbutt Tantrum on the bench. Just to get that down. I think I'm going to... All incisors for 1. The question why I'm hesitating is just the cracking stomp is always fun to use. The 3 and discard. Whenever that does take a knockout, kind of wondering what could. Yeah, it's always a gamble to me. Like, what could I hit if I discard that top card of his deck? You know, could it be good?
You could discard 2 Mirage Gates. Who knows?
I've loved it in the Reggie matchup. It's so awesome when you hit the Reggies. I think the Nova's just safer. I've got to ensure I've got a game plan. So yeah, I'll take a Trinity Nova.
Okay.
But yeah, Collapse plus Cracking Stomp. That's my plan for Reggies if I do hit it in regionals. It's Charizard. It's just a nightmare.
And you attach to the Vmax again.
I'll go all in on Aggron, yeah.
Okay.
There.
I will draw for turn. We're gonna flower selecting before I do anything.
Go ahead and take the prizes.
We'll go ahead and bench a Comfy. Get rid of this. We're at 9. I'm gonna attach an energy to retreat. Switch to Comfy and flower picking again. Man, we are just not finding anything we need. It's nothing but energies. That's like all I've seen all game.
Man,
It's just
I'd love to see those Mirage Gates, man.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen one too. But at this point, I'm just gonna keep the energy and pass. Could have been in a decent position if I had, you know, drawn a little bit better at all at any time during this game. The deck is doing what it roughly wants to do, but now I just get boss. Oh, you can't Merciless Strike, so that's good. Unless you have a memory capsule, which would be tragic.
I've thought about that. So I love memory capsule. It would be great on him. Also, I've seen a lot, like when I'm going second there, capsule the Arceus and be able to attach for the double turbo, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the Trinity Charge. So I'm heavily considering that one. I will go Path.
Do you have the boss though?
I do not yet. The Ultra Ball. Take a look at how likely it is that I hit boss choice ball.
I swear, if you hit boss choice belt,
I don't think, because I'm all basic energies, I think just the boss is enough. Switch. We'll just commit. We'll see if we can hit it. It looks like I prized 1 boss, but I do have 2 in there. Alright, so I've got 2 in hand, all incisors. 1, 2, 3.
it better not be like a Luminion or a boss in there. Oh, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta do it. We'll boss the Gudra and max takedown for 270, doing 30 to myself.
And that's just KOs it. I have 10. I have 260. I take 20 less, so that is exactly.
I do have the
Oh yeah, Pat. So I don't even. It doesn't even. Oh my goodness. Just hit. That was my top deck.
Ah, come on, man.
Yep, that was my top deck. The others, I have 2 more, both at like just consistently the bottom of the deck. But that's sometimes how it goes. You just, you know, maybe this deck really needs some type of Luminion to search for Culver's early game. Maybe it needs maybe I don't need as many Gudras, and I can get a little bit more consistency pieces in there. So who knows? It's a brand new deck. We're gonna have a lot of time to practice and play with it, and figure it out, what the best counts are and stuff. So I'm not super worried about it. I think when Gudra gets going, it's really, really solid. It's just unfortunately not able to make it happen today. So it's just the nature of Pokemon.
It is.
But Harrison, I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to jump on and play some games and chat with me about Baltimore, and then absolutely make me look like a fool playing Gudra.
Thank you for letting me use one of my favorite pokes pretty successfully, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. If you haven't checked it out, please go check out Harrison's Twitch and all the socials in the link in the video description. I mentioned it before, but never hurts to say it again. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. And thanks so much. Thanks again, Harrison, and we'll be talking soon. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found this a little informative. If you did, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know in the comments what you would change to this Gudra deck. And apparently, let me know if you think Aggron is this good, or if just Harrison is that good of a player. I want to know. And again, thank you again to Harrison for taking the time to come on the channel and hang out. Please do me a favor, check out all the stuff in the video description. It helps a ton. And that's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.